So, hello everyone. I'm finally back. I figured I'd put out an extra little vlogging video. As you can see by the very plain walls, we are still in the midst of setting stuff up. Technically, there's some stuff on the desk already, and the bookshelf over there is already full. But I'd like to get some posters and stuff back here. Anyways, without further ado, I plan to show you guys some things I haven't seen in like about 20 plus years. Also, this thing, gosh, dang it. It's that. Sorry, just a moment. Figure video. First of all, that doesn't need to be on. And also. Okay, nothing else. That's on auto. So that should. Oh. Stop with the auto focus and auto exposure. Should be plenty fine there, even though it does look a little grayed out. There. Even if it's a little dark, I suppose. I wish there's a middle ground. But, there's my lovely, lovely face. That's about as best as it's going to do it while I do it this way. Anyways, I figured I'd show you guys some stuff that I haven't really touched in like 20 plus years. And I'm honestly kind of worried about some of it. And some of it I think it might actually still be pretty decent. We'll find out though. But in particular, I have two sets of miniature figures I collected before I was actually really into tabletop gaming at all. For whatever reason, they just kind of grabbed my attention. Maybe it's because I'm the artistic type and I wanted to paint these tiny little model things. But I have two sets of Dungeons and Dragons Advanced Dungeons and Dragons model miniatures, metal miniatures, and I have over here 5 boxes of original Warhammer. The Warhammer ones, I believe, if I painted them, were actually properly primed, painted, etc. These suckers, however, are the ones I'm worried about the most, and we'll get to them first. Because, as I recall, young, like, 13, 14-year-old me painted these things with watercolor. So we're going to see what horrible atrocities I have left to now unearth before you all. So without further ado, let's aim this bad boy down. And let's have a look. Gonna get the keyboard out of the way here too while we're at it. And have ourselves a nice clear look at what monstrosities I've wrought onto this world. Let's work. Ooh, a little too far. Let's look first at the green box here because I recall this one being the first one I had. Oh gosh, they are still as they were as far as I can see right now. Yikes. Yeah, they. If anything, it's just shown how chalky and nasty they look. Let me see if I can actually. Who knew I was going to be playing around with the camera today like this? Oh. It's already hidden it. Okay. There. So. Focus that way. There we go. Yeah. Not exactly the greatest here. Ooh. An assassin, I believe. believe this was supposed to be a rogue. I gotta pull it back a little bit so y'all can see that there actually is color, not just the light shining off of it. Yeah, there's a couple of rogues in here. I wonder if they have... Okay, yeah, they do have images on the back. Yep, he was a human thief. Yep, that was an assassin. First one I believe I showed you was a monk. Yep. I'm not sure where it ran off to, but there was supposed to be a female bard among other things in here. But yeah, let's just have a general close-up of most of these here. There's like a halfling, a dwarf. I think there might even be an elf or two somewhere in the mix here, but not a whole heck of a lot. Let's see here. Bard with sword, human thief, gnome. Actually, that was a gnome. Don't know if there is a dwarf here. Actually, the rest seem to be all humans. Because that's also because I believe you're supposed to like roll to be a non-human. I think at the time, so non-humans were not very common. So that's yeah, that's that. And that's that terrible paint job I did on those. Trying to center them all a little bit here, so they're in their proper places when I close this thing back down. It'll kind of slid around in here. Yeah, I'm noticing that there's at least a couple of them missing. Matter of fact, I think it's just that female bard for whatever weird reason. Maybe she got loose and ended up broken or something. I don't know. I just remember her being like the one that I took the most painstaking time to paint, as I recall, for whatever reason. And that it turned out hideous. Well, since that one was pretty bad, let's have a look at these guys. Like I said, maybe our missing one is in here. Not from what I'm seeing so far. This is all a bunch of wizard classes in here. Okay, yeah. And I'm seeing, I'm looking at the boxes, monks, bards, and thieves. This is all wizards, sorcerers, and magic users and illusionists. That's what the box says. Looks like this one's missing one too. Funny enough, each box has at least one missing. But here we go. More of that truly god-awful watercolor paint job that I did. Some of these actually don't look too awful, but they're still pretty... I'm curious though, if anyone happens to know out there, maybe tell me, but is there a way to fix these? Like, can I actually save these from the terrible watercolor and get them back to being metal statuettes and maybe able to prime and actually properly paint them? Just curious. But yeah, this was the worst stuff I was worried about. Now, for the Warhammer stuff, all of it was fantasy. And that was like the big one at the time, at least, when I was interested in collecting miniatures. The store that I would frequent in neighboring city would actually had a hobby shop that actually carried the fantasy Warhammers quite regularly. It always grabbed my attention, but it wasn't until later on that I was able to afford to buy a few sets. Let's see here. Holy smokes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got a price on them. The Dark Elves here. If it'll ever show it, was originally $12.50, but they had them on sale for $11.29. So just a little over $1 off. Alrighty. These actually aren't painted at all. So there's a bunch of them that are probably unpainted right now. Just a bunch of miniature soldiers sitting around, not doing anything. Got all their stuff kind of hanging around. Oh, as a matter of fact, these guys have got horses that I've never really put together. Well, actually, no, I think this is a horse guy from another set. Like, I got it from a bonus or a freebie or something from ordering some stuff. So, he's in here too, unpainted, and his horse is not put together. At least not at the moment. Probably because it was a pain to put together, probably. Ooh, jeez Louise. Just felt one of them drop. And there's the other one. Do not need these things flying around the new apartment already. Pretty sure the dwarves will also probably be unpainted, I'm thinking. Because I didn't have enough paints at the time, and I felt like I couldn't finish painting enough. And if I didn't feel like I could finish painting them, I wouldn't touch them with the primer even until I was ready for them. And then I never got around to these in particular. These are my later guys. Now, I believe the black orcs, and Lumpkin's corpse halflings were the ones that I bought early on. Because I was a Lord of the Rings fan. And I think these guys in particular were the ones I got to painting. I'm not sure about the black orcs. The regular orcs for sure, but I'm not sure about these boys. So let's pop these guys open and have a look. I think I might have. Well, not very much, but I did paint a couple of them apparently. I mean, it's a sloppy job, but I can kind of see where this could use another coat of paint and actually go somewhere with it. Especially if I can get some decent paints. Kind of slashed together, and obviously some bare spots where, like the boots on this guy here, I'm presuming I left them there away because I was probably feigning the idea of coming back to finish painting them. So maybe I was thinking of painting these guys and then maybe tired out. Alright, so that leaves the orcs and the halflings. I'm curious how well they got off. Again, it feels like I should have taken some time to get some extra painting done, but honestly, they're not too bad. These are not terrible. They at least seem to have been given a solid try. This guy in particular seems to be particularly attention given to some degree. But again, if I see where the attempt is made, but I feel like more can be done now. And I'm thinking this one was just kind of a mistake, and I just went with it. No mistakes, just happy little accidents. And the halflings I'm most curious about, because I think that would have been the harder one to paint. And I'm pretty sure I painted them. This one's also really weird. It's like a special edition box or group of the troop or something. And so they have a big fancy box here. Oh. I could have sworn I painted them. Apparently I didn't. Apparently I was wise enough to realize, oh, I can piece these guys together, but I don't have the proper paints to finish them or anything. So that's interesting. I have a whole bunch of unpainted old school, like late 90s, early 2000s Warhammer stuff that's kind of sitting around. I guess if you're all interested, let me know if you know, again, if you can figure out a way to fix those D&D guys, if there's an easy way for me to fix them. But also let me know if you're interested in me maybe pulling these bad boys out and actually having a paint job done on them. I'd actually not be against the idea as long as we can pull some funds and get this stuff affordable to be put together now. But that's, again, up to you, the viewers. Hope you all enjoyed. This is kind of a little vloggy thing. And this is one of the weird things I haven't sitting around that I was kind of curious as to what their condition was like. And it turns out most of them are actually unpainted. I thought they were far more in it than I thought that they were. I think I was just focused on the orcs, I guess, at the time. But again, that's it for now. thanks again for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a good night.